Hello, how are you? My name is Kat. Welcome to my channel. Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today's video is finally the wrap up for September and October. Few things I need to mention before I go and start talking about the books. First, I didn't read much, and then second, I didn't make any videos because my brother came to town and we spent some time with him, like a couple weeks, maybe a little bit more. So we were going here and there with him, and I didn't have time to read, and I didn't have time to make videos. And the other main reason is my oldest dog is not feeling the best, so we've been going to the bed, and he needs a lot of attention. We need to keep an eye on him all the time. So that takes a lot of energy and a lot of time. So for that reason, I didn't read much either, and I didn't have time to do videos. However, I believe the reason of this channel is for me sharing what I read, and if I like it, if I don't like it, what's going on with my reading projects and all that kind of thing. And I don't mind to do wrap-ups every 2 months and only two books if it's necessary, because I like that to be continuous, like constant, and I like to do it every 2 months. So this time we're going to talk about only three books, and that's okay, because anyways, it's not a competition with other people to see how many books we read every month. It's just me sharing what I read and if I like it or if I didn't like it. So let's go to talk about the books. The first audio is Oracle, and is kind of like a mystery suspense. And I'm not gonna lie, Repito passing, and he moved the camera. I apologize. I'm not gonna lie, but the reason I pick up this audio is because one, it was free for the people who is subscribed to the Audible app or subscription thing, and second is just what Jackson doing the narration. Yes, that was the main reason. And then the main story is about this psychic that he is helping to the FBI to resolve some crimes, find some people, find some people who was murdered, who killed other people, and that kind of thing. And it was, I think, perfect, or fit perfect for the spooky season time. And so the main idea of the story is him going back to his childhood town and trying to help the FBI to resolve a crime and see what this crime is connected to his own life and why he has this psyche thing going on and that kind of stuff. Did I like it? I did like it. I think the general idea about the psychic and his supernatural powers and the supernatural elements that they are there for him to have this psyche um, power, we'll say again, is really interesting. And the story itself is a little different from the regular mystery books that we usually look like. We always have a detective that is gonna resolve a crime, but this time we have a person who can feel things, and that will help us to resolve a crime. So that mystery and fantastic element together, it make it very interesting a story. One thing I didn't like about the book, or it's not like I didn't like it, is I feel like I didn't connect too much with the main character. I don't think I have too much empathy for the main character, and I feel that that was the weakest point on the book. But the main story, I think, is really interesting and a little different. Let's move on to the second audio. The second audio is The Legacy of Jane Sheen, and it's the number 4 on the series for the Avatar Airbender. And I've been reading this, like I've been doing the audio for these 4 books so far. Is good. I think the whole series itself, they are really good. So on this one, we still following the Jane Sheen and trying her to we follow her, trying her to figure out how to put the nations together, to work together. And of course, some people in each nation has their own agendas, and she needs to figure out what their plans. And for that reason, she needs to find a friend, an old friend, to help her out and figure out what's going on the political aspects in the nations. And also we still dealing with her insecurities about herself and being an avatar and all of that. And I think the book itself is interesting, and I think the whole series are really good. You don't really need a big background knowing about the Avatar uh, manga or a comic or the anime in general, because the books themselves, they can speak themselves and they give you a good world building, and you have a good character development on the books, so you can read them without knowing the rest of it. But I feel like in general you can enjoy them more if you know more about this world, if you watch the anime before, or if you are familiar with the uh, it is manga. I think it's a I think it's a graphic novel. I'm not 100% sure. I think you will enjoy it better if you are familiar with it, because obviously it's giving some pieces, or they're talking about things that a regular person who is not familiar with it, they will not understand, or they will not given the importance or the relevance that needed. But I think the book itself, it works good too. I have to say that I did like more the previous one than this one, and I think this one for me, I think it was the weakest one from the all four that I read in general. But I still recommend it. If you are a fan of Avatar, I think it's gonna be worth it for you to read it. If you're not a fan of Avatar, if you read it, you don't need to have a big background or know too much about this world, because the book itself gives you enough to follow the story. So it was a really good audio listening. And if I have questions about something, I can ask my brother anyways. The next one, it was my physical, and it was the pick for my book club, The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. So we follow this person that is causing some troubles in the opera in Paris, and he's kind of has an obsession about this singer that works in the opera, and because of that, he's doing some troubles there and is causing problems to the people who works in the opera. And I think that's the main idea of the book. What I like about this book, I think I like the style of the narration, because it's a person telling you a story about this phantom, like I think he's a journalist or something like that. So is you get the story like somebody's telling you a tale, and when you read it, you feel like it's something real, like this event actually happened. And I think if you will be in that period of time and you will be reading this, your brain will kind of trick you and said, oh, this is what actually happened, like you could believe that is something real. So the style of the narration is really good. Another aspect that I like is all the reference that he mentioned about people and places that they are real, that they exist in that time in Paris, and that make it more interesting and more like a fiction that feels more real because of that. Also, I think a lot of things, the style of the story, the way that he present the plots and the twists and all of that, you can see it now in a different works, like either in movies or on new books. You can see those plots and twists now, and I think he was a really good, like a big influence for these works. If you read it, I think you're gonna find some things that you're gonna see, now I know from where this guy got that idea. You can understand why this is a classic, because not only is mentioned in a lot of movies or books or series or whatever, is a thing that you can hear it all the time. Also, the plots and the twists that he used to create this story, you can see them in a different works. I cannot tell you what, because I may spoil it, but when I read a part, of this book almost to the end, I can actually picture a movie because of that. I don't know if it's just me, or maybe you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know, kind of thing. But it was interesting, and I think from all the books that we read so far, this one is one of the good ones. We have some books that they were like good, some like in the middle, and some books that they didn't do no good in our book club. So we have only one short story for the end of the year, and this one, it was our spooky selection, and I highly recommend it. It's not too long. It's very easy to read. It's not heavy read, and yeah, you can read it quick. It's not super fast paced, but it's not slow paced either, and I highly recommend it. And I think that's it for today. I hope you like the video. I hope you understand why I'm not reading too much, and I hope you do the same. Like if you read one book or two books every 2 months or whatever, it's fine. The purpose of the idea, or the main idea of the reading, is that you enjoying your time reading and having a good, like, yeah, having a good time, and don't stress out, because this is like a nice thing to do. Reading is something nice to do, not something stressful in your life. Anyways, I think that's all for today. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you want to know if I post another video, ring the campanita, and thank you for watching. Bye.